Terry Jacobson, Paperly People. Okay, today I'm super excited to walk you through my daily to-do list. And mine's a little bit different. It's business related, so you won't find the little water glasses or anything about my kids. I have other to-do lists that are more family related, but this is more for my business. And so what I wanted to do with this is you may have bought this on Etsy or on Fiverr somewhere out in the out in the universe, but I wanted to make sure you knew how to use it and what all the sections were for. So let's just start at the top. We'll go all the way down. First off, this is not my calendar. I have a calendar that has all of the things that I'm supposed to do, what I have to do. And then what I do daily is I transfer it over here if there's an actual appointment today. Um, the reason why I have to have an online calendar is my assistant looks at it, my husband looks and sees where I'm going to be. Um, Generally, it's just easier for everybody if I have one online version that captures all my travel time, things like that. This is more so for to-do lists and for my actual work day. And the first thing that I really like about it is that I could do today. So like on mine today, I just did Thursday, right? But normally, if I'm doing a weekend, because I do a little bit of work on the weekends, I will do Saturday to Sunday or the dates of that. The reason being is this isn't a punishment for me that I have to fill one out every day, kind of like you have in your daytimers. Like if I go 3 days without filling out a daytimer page, I feel like I'm a loser. But this is more so that when you have things to do, you can fill it out. You're not being forced to fill one out every day. So if I were to go on vacation, I may have just one that would remind me that there are some things I want to do, but they're very small and not offensive. So that's how I use that top part. Okay, daily to-dos. On my actual to-do list, and I have mine right here that I'm working on today, I have things in there. So every day I have to do my big stock photos, make a picture, write a blog post, do a video. I have a number of different websites. So every day I have to do something like that. Mine are pre-printed in. If you want, send me a message and I can find out about maybe printing some of those things that you have to do every day. Another thing that I like about this is if it's a 2-day list, that's great that it's all filled up. But if it's a 1-day list and I have 5 daily to-dos, we'll get to the tasks and things, and I have 10 tasks and I have 3 appointments, I will tell you they're not going to get done today, right? Because there's no way a human being can do all that and pick up their kids and, make sure there's something taken out for dinner and do all that. So one of the reasons why it's kind of a little, smaller, it's not like a big, huge to-do list page, is because I know that I can't get that many things done. So I have 5 daily to-dos that I have to do every day. Next is my appointments. I write those in, and like today I have a 10:30 appointment with Trinity. So I put that in. It's just a reminder so that I can set an alarm or do whatever. If I look at my huge calendar, sometimes I get overwhelmed, but if I just have one appointment today and then I have to pick up my son, so I might put it in there. Um, that would be a great way to do. One thing that I heard that was a great concept, but I didn't have a place to put it. So I just had like sticky notes everywhere and things, are to sit down and to come up with 10 ideas. The thinking behind this is that if you're deliberately trying to come up with 10 ideas a day, your creativity, your ability to be, proactive and do all that becomes just conditioned. You start to do it. I do it 2 different ways. Some days I write down 10 ideas that I just have or things that I want to do that I will later transfer over into a physical idea sheet or whatever. A lot of times they're stupid. Like I make myself do 10 ideas and some of them are nothing I would ever really do, but they do get your mind going on that. Grateful for, it's easy to get caught up in everything and forget how much you have to be grateful for. So I like to write down some of the things that do make my life a little bit better. Affirmations. This is huge. These 2 sections are the biggest part for me, and they've what kind of changed my life and changed my business. So affirmations are written every single day. I call them field goals. So I know what I'm shooting for, right? And so some of my affirmations are things like I have 50,000 Twitter followers, I have 50,000 website hits a month, I have plenty of time for kids and crafts. They're things I write down, and I write them down every day or every other day if I'm working on a 2-day spread. Um, the reason being is it's so easy. Like, I know people that write them once a year, or they will say them every day, and they just kind of, yeah, da, da, da. It's for me, it's when I write them down every day, and then I look at what I've done during that day, and I make sure that the tasks and time that I've spent are actually fulfilling those affirmations, because I find I can get really way out in the weeds and doing stuff for all kinds of other stuff that isn't relevant to what my affirmations are, and that'll show up as I'm looking through this. I'm like, I have done nothing towards what I actually want out of life. Next one is time, tasks and time, and these are fences. So I have field goals and fences, and the fences really put boundaries around it. And so my tasks, like today, I have to send out some speaker information. So I put that on there. It'll take me maybe 15 minutes. I think the other thing for me is the things I want to do. I'll say, writing a blog post, 15 minutes. Well, it takes 2 hours, right? Where when I have to do something administrative, like send out a headshot and a speaker contract, yay, I'm happy I got them. I'm so blessed, so thankful, but I hate doing it. So I would tend to put like 2 hours for that, and it really takes 15 minutes. So you could also put the time. So it could either be the length of time or the actual time you're going to do it. Last is bots and solds. Because I am a business and I sometimes forget that, I really need to celebrate when I sold something. And for me, I have coaching clients, I have monthly clients, and then I have my Etsy shop. I sell courses and things like that. And if I write down my solds and I start remembering that people are actually buying these things and that I am providing a valuable service, then I'm more apt to work on those and make sure that I'm promoting them on social and things like that. And then bots are what I've spent my money on. And I think that again, that goes towards, if I bought a training and it was for something I would like to do, but I'm never going to do, then I need to kind of have it in here to look at and say, well, that's not really in line with what I'm doing. Now, if I'm working on Etsy today and I'm buying a training on Etsy today, then I'm very congruent in my, I can keep everything in my head and everything's going real well. So, one last thing I do is I do put my training time in here. I would really like to have a separate section for it, but having done this a lot, I don't do training every day, so I did eventually put it in tasks and time. But I think it's super important, so just make sure that you're making time for that too. So hopefully that helps. This is the daily to-do list from Paperly People. Tara Jacobson, talk to you soon.